Dear April, I am afraid. Dear April, I am scared. Dear April, I feel so overwhelmed and guilty and so anxious in my overthinking brain. It's assignments. We've been through this before, you and I. We say that we will look after one another because when I was 16 I never did. But as soon as you come around, I just suddenly let go of your hand, and I never enjoy April, and I always let this chance pass me by, and I feel so guilty. My mental health has taken a knock because of this, and it is no surprise to anyone who has been near me or has been on here that I have been struggling. Will you help me, April? Let's talk about you, April, this year. Let's talk about me and you, April. Dear April, it is no surprise that around about this time, and also your sisters May and June will also know, that this is the time in the UK where we are revising for exams, assignments are meant to be written and due, and it gets a bit much in here. Particularly as I am a perfectionist and I like to be in control of a situation, something that is quite detrimental to me as a person. It means that enjoying you as a month, it just slips by. And it's a shame. But let's focus on the positives for now, and let's see what I have done in your month. I haven't done as much reading as I'd like to, but I have read 2 books. And the first one is Robert Webb's How Not to Be a Boy, and it is a very good book. It is a very frank account of how masculinity and toxic masculinity to Robert Webb, and how it is portrayed to men in society, such as don't talk about your emotions, and all of that has actually not helped him in terms of dealing with his own issues and his own problems, and also his emotions around other people and how other people must be feeling. It doesn't help him or set him up to help other people who desperately want to talk. And I think it's very important for all men of all ages to pick up this book and read. Robert Webb has a podium and he has a voice, and he's using that voice for good for men. And it is important that a man can pick that up, read it, and realise he's not alone, and actually he can find a voice for his emotions and he can talk about his emotions. It is so important that we tell men and boys at a very young age that this is okay, this is how you should be, this is how you can be. You do not have to be stiff or upper-lipped. You are allowed to have emotions and you are allowed to cry. We are allowed to tell them that in society. It is not a crime whatsoever. And the next book I have read is, finally, I have finished Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So yeah, we're into the dark bit of Harry Potter, but actually some of the dark bits of Harry Potter are very interesting, and now I'm 20 and I'm picking up that book. As soon as I finished it, there are a lot of things that I was thinking about in terms of the book, and I hope I can relay them really well in my head. For starters, there is a lot going on at the moment. Obviously, in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, you know that Harry Potter's name is put in the Triwizard Cup, therefore he has to compete in the Triwizard Tournament even though he is underage. I believe because he's in year 4 and he started Hogwarts at 11, he must be 14 by now, probably. So he's freaking young. Like, he's a young lad. I mean, good on him for like destroying that dragon. But geez, what Dumbledore must be thinking when Ofsted come round. I mean, freaking heck. I don't know. Does anyone know? But there are some really important bits in the book that the movie just cuts out. They just completely cut out, and I know they needed to do that because to make the book would take like a 2-hour film. It would be as long as The Lord of the Rings, but it's extremely important to understand and read how the wizarding world worked under Voldemort. We need to know about how Voldemort's supporters are treated terribly. They treated muggles and half-bloods so terribly because they were not pureblood. They were not pureblood wizards, therefore they should never be able to be wizards or witches. And it's it's just abominable. Also, a really, really important bit of the book is Hermione and Spew, which is her organisation for the freedom and the protection of house elves. It's essentially a union. It's a union trade, basically, for the wizarding world. And Hermione, at the age of 14, if we're assuming year 4 means they're in year 14, I mean, that is a strong activist right there. She is a strong activist who is seeing what she thinks is wrong in society and hoping to change it. And it's really important because even though Harry Potter is the hero, we'd expect Harry Potter to care about this. But Harry Potter doesn't actually care. He doesn't care about how the house elves are treated. He just says that's the way they are. And I know that he's busy with the tournament, but it's Hermione who cares. It's Hermione who has the heart for them and how she thinks they're treated so awfully. We don't talk about Ron because Ron is a bit of an idiot when it comes to it. He's a bit of a dick, so we don't talk about him. It's important for young girls to read about Hermione and to read about Spew and how she creates what she hopes is a little activist group or a little trades union for them. It's very important for young girls to hear that message and go, if Hermione can do that, then I can do that. Good job, Rowling. Like, Hermione is a great character. Also, April, we knew that my mental health took a dip and we couldn't live like this anymore. This is detrimental. I'm anxious all the time. I get nerves for no reason. I'm stressed. I'm tired. I don't want to do my work because my brain is so overloaded with things. I want to be in control. I keep comparing myself. It's not great. It's not great at all. And so you took me by the hand and you looked me in the eye and you nodded as if to say it's time. It's time to pick up the phone. And I picked up the phone to the GP over Easter with my cat, who decided it was a good idea to sit in the jigsaw puzzle pieces of the TfL London bot, and phoned a doctor. And it was painless. It was nerve-wracking, anxiety-inducing, but it was painless. Going to the doctors and talking about my mental health as well was painless. And also looking into therapy. You helped me through that. You held my hand as I phoned. Of course, I'm not going to say that it was easy. It never is easy when you're talking about your mental health and talking about wanting to have help and therapy. And you shouldn't be ashamed. You should never feel ashamed for asking for help and asking for therapy. If we can talk about our physical health and treat it with medication, then why not for our mental health? Why not for our anxiety, our depression, our eating disorders, our bipolar, our schizophrenia? Why can we not do the same? Whether it be through medication or whether it be through therapy, you shouldn't feel ashamed. You should never be made to feel ashamed of your mental health. Recently, we had the pre-introduction therapy to counselling, and now we're on the waiting list. But the woman was so lovely, she was so kind to me, and I felt like I was being listened to. I felt like I was being listened, and that's all I needed to know. And it was wonderful. Not gonna lie, it was freaking scary at the beginning, trying to get in, but it was needed. You overheard. Hey Gizmo. It's been a long time, but I've not seen you in the flesh. You're in here, constantly, but you're never here. I hope you're okay. I know you're scared about therapy. You think it's gonna strip you away from me. You're gonna suddenly be detached. That's not true. I need a little bit of anxiety. Otherwise, how can I get out of these horrific situations that I might find myself in? I need that fight or flight. But too much, which is what you're giving me, it hurts. It's dull and it aches and it's like worms wriggling inside you. I have no better metaphor than that. But it tires me out and it exhausts me. I need a little bit of help. We both need a little bit of help. You'll still be here, you'll still be around me, but just need a little guidance, that's all. I hope you understand. You still hate me? Maybe we'll grow to like each other in time. I must also state, April, that a positive, because I must end this on a positive note, I hope, is that this wonderful little channel, this wonderful little thing that I upload onto has now reached an audience of 300 lovely people, 300 lovely subscribers who comment and like and share and are in my life as well as on here. They are also outside of my life, and I know some of these people now, and it's just so wonderful to be able to communicate with these people on the internet and communicate with the people who love my content. And I can't believe that 2 years on from when I started this channel that we would be in this situation. I never thought about it. Why would anyone want to listen to me ramble on about my mental health and my life and my eating disorder and my anorexia? Why would anyone want to listen to me, April? I still baffles my mind, and I still don't understand why. So thank you. To you, the lovely subscriber, to the one who likes my videos, to the one who comments. Thank you for being here and for allowing yourself to be warmed up by the glow that is my videos, like a fire waiting for you to come home. I am happy that you signed the guest book down below, which is my comment section, and that you liked me, a bit like a TripAdvisor, if you will. I'm glad you want to stay. I'm glad that you want to stay with the subscribe button. You want to click there and you want to be with me and you want to listen to me more. And thank you to the people who I know outside of YouTube, who do YouTube themselves, but who I know outside. Thank you for just being a wonderful support, for being the wonderful, loveliest little beans that you could ever be. It fills me with such joy to be able to create content for those people, as well as for people who happen to have been here for a very long time. There are some people who have been here for 2 years, and for those 2 years I'm very grateful and very thankful, and I'm thankful to everyone who stays here. Thank you so very much. April, can you forgive me that I didn't know how to enjoy your month as well as I could have? I feel like I never do, and it slips by so quickly. Can you help me next time? Soon my hand will be passed on to May, and May has got to deal with a stressed, screaming, panic crying Eleanor on the floor. And I hope that May can help and support, as well as the support from outside. I hope May can help me. Tell her before we leave. And I hope to speak to you soon. With love, always, Ellie.